Alright, hello and welcome to Onward, VR Master League. Today we're going to be seeing some matches which are going to be very important for the league rankings, as this is the final week of any matches until Season 6 starts, which I believe is sometime in the future. Probably after September, after OC5, all like that. And this is going to be incredibly important for pretty much every team within number 6 to number 9. Maybe number 10 as well, including Stone Cold Killers, which I believe is number 11 right now. Let's just double check this. Yeah, Stone Cold Killers right now currently sitting in number 11 in the world. Meanwhile, Danglers are sitting number 7, just barely riding that slot. Apparently they are going to be going to Leicester for the Invitational in the beginning of September, of which the winner of that will be going towards Oculus Connect 5 to play for a grand prize of 25,000 for first place. Very exciting. There are a lot of stakes riding on this match. Danglers cannot afford to lose in any capacity. And Stone Cold Killers, if they win this, they do have a chance of getting pretty high up and taking Danglers' space right under their feet. But anyway, let's move let's move over to the War Room, where we will hopefully show you the bans. Just going to get the bans from Expediter. I already know what the ban is for Stone Cold Killers. Looks like Danglers are going to be making the lobby relatively soon, so I'll just leave you to get this nice and smooth background for you to gander at while we wait for them to set up a lobby and tell us the password and the bans. Alright, now that I do have the bans, we're going to be heading over to the War Room for real this time. Here we go. We're using a little bit of a new back-end setup, so if anything breaks, please blame the Lonely Viper. He's the one that set it up. Here we are. I'm still unsure as to what the picked map is, but I know for certain that the bans are from Stone Cold Killers, being the home team. Tanker was banned, pretty expected rather, Danglers being the kings of Tanker. And from Danglers themselves, they have banned Suburbia. Now, being in the EU division, I do not really know too much about why they particularly banned these maps, but maybe it's something to do with Stone Cold Killers being particularly strong about it, particularly strong on it, or maybe Danglers just a little bit weak. So, meanwhile, while we are waiting for that, I can give you some stats on the teams. I don't believe I have the... I'll have to do it manually, no BS, but here we go. I'm going to take at the home progress of Stone Cold Killers. There we go. So first of all, we've got obviously Miracle Dev as the team's captain. Bear Grylls, Beyond Infinity, Defilade, Enigma, 4Q, and Rush Z. They've definitely got some very recognisable names here, especially 4Q, Enigma, Rush Z, Bear Grylls, pretty much all of them really. Defilade, I've only started noting more and more in the past week, maybe 2 weeks. But regardless, here we are. So far, they've been having a pretty good season, going 4-2 with their matches. But they only managed to grab one challenge this week, which is pretty unsurprising. Pretty surprising, rather. I thought they'd get more. They went 8-10 against Blaze, losing quite a large amount, considering losing quite a large amount of points, considering they did win the match overall. So they must have been extremely close rounds. I'd have liked to have seen that. And that is actually a cast. I didn't notice that. I'll have to go check that out later. But they went 6-11 against Mob Squad. Completely decimated Sinister Pride. It's kind of brutal. Here we are with Danglers, Captain Expediter, Joe Mama, Luella, Executioner, Rubberman, Nintendo, Sleepy, and Stumping Up. Sleepy this time is going to be sitting out on backup, just in the case they need to bring him in. Maybe they will, we're unsure, we'll have to see how it goes. It looks like there is a lobby up now. Be hopping into that lobby now. We'll quickly get over the introductions here. Anyway, here we are. Rubberman, Nintendo, Sleeping, Stumping Up. Expediter is going to be playing, I know that for certain. Unsure about the rest of the roster. I imagine we are going to be seeing Luella at the least, maybe Nintendo as well. And as for their record this season, they've only managed to get 5 matches this week. Absolutely no 5 matches this season. Absolutely no challenges this season at all, which kind of is unsurprising. Not many teams are going to be accepting a challenge from a top team such as Danglers and challenging above themselves. There's still a pretty big score difference between Global Chem and Danglers, as you can see from that 12-4 score. An absolute stomping, along with a 6-12 against SMC. That's not something you want to see. Anyway, here we are going back to the war room. Now that we know what the picked map is, I'm getting a message for some reason. I would attempt to read chat, but it's going to be difficult. Anyway, let's go to the war room now. Here we are. The map bans are, of course, as I said earlier, Suburbia from Danglers and Tanker from Stone Cold Killers. Unsurprising as Danglers are, as I said, the kings of Tanker. And for their map pick, we have Quarantine to start off with. Screens are a little bit finicky, but there you go. Now, since the Quarantine is starting off here and 2 small maps have been banned, I reckon we're going to be seeing lots of large maps, just try and drain the advantages of Danglers, and maybe they're also a little bit scared of how Stone Cold Killers can play on smaller maps as well. Again, like I said, don't know much about Danglers, so we'll have to see. So far, it does look like that we're going to be seeing Rubberman and Stumpy Nub on the Dangler side. Expediter seemingly has not yet joined. Don't know why that twisted my tongue so much, but it has. Meanwhile, on the Stone Cold Killers side, Miracle Dev, Rush Z, Enigma, and Bear Grylls. Take a look at this scoreboard quickly. There you go. Quickly check a hotkey setting. Let's take a look at this here. Then we can update that rather outdated scoreboard. This is not, in fact, the Lemons versus Spanish Ball Union match. Okay. Now updated with the current members. Executioner also hopping in with Bear Grylls. Hopefully, we're not going to be waiting too much longer, as time's going to be running out eventually. Fortunately, as I did come out of a match just an hour ago, I'm unable to really get any info for you as filler. So you're going to have to just bear with the unbearable silence here. But it looks like the lobby is slowly filling up. Stone Cold Killers, all of their members in now. I can show you this on the scoreboard. 4Q coming in along with Nintendo for Danglers, and Stone Cold Killers obviously taking that 4Q. 4Q is not a member of Danglers, despite how you may think. And it looks like we are just waiting on the captain of Danglers here, dragging his feet a little bit, getting into the lobby. Expediter very much not expediting his arrival. Proud of that one. And it looks like Expediter is having some issues, some technical issues. He's going to try and hurry up, but might take a little bit. No problem. Streaming's streaming casting is pretty enjoyable, so don't worry about it, Sleepy. Luckily, the match went pretty well. So I'm relatively full of energy. If you're interested in supporting the VR Master League or its casters, you can donate to the stream via subscribing or giving us bits, and it will be distributed at some point in the future amongst the casters. I have a sneaking suspicion that Sleepy might be coming in and replacing Exploiter here, as it seems he's still having technical issues. Then again, it feels like time is slowed down a little bit. It's only been 2 minutes since he told me he's having tech issues. Should be fine. So you don't die of boredom, I'll go ahead and give you some music. Just pull this up on Spotify here. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, it looks like we are rehosting and Expediter has finally been able to get into this lobby. So I'm going to be throwing you over to the scoreboard again. Hopefully I have paused my music. No, I've just muted it. There we go. We'll bring you over to the scoreboard and give you a nice update on who is playing this match. As you can see, it's going to be the exact same loadout? Exact same lineup, this time including Expediter. So we should hopefully be hopping in game in just a few minutes maybe. Seems like we're just waiting on a Executioner who's currently unreadied. He's going to get some bad karma for being unreadied. Cast is waiting. Now this time, this screen will not be lying to you. The round is, in fact, starting soon. And it appears that everybody's now readied up, including Executioner, no longer dragging his feet. Expediter has truly expedited his process into the match. Though it did require a rehost, he is readied up immediately. It's good to see. The round is going to be starting now, so we're going to be hopping in now. Finally able to show you what is going to be going on this match. It's going to be a tank objective to start off with. That's a pretty bad objective to start off with for Danglers, but that's life. Judging by the fact that they're all kind of pushed up to this northeast side of the spawn area, they're probably going to be going straight to the rooftop and the objective and just hold that strong. There's a Stumpy and Executioner pushing up to the roof. Maybe even Expediter as well was going to go tight, or maybe just along the ruins. It looks like he's going to be defending the ruins, while Executioner and Stumpy are going to have a encounter with the people in the north. Looks like one already taken down. Executioner ravaging Russia Z. Stumpy, though, also taken down by 4Q on that north side. Expediter, not Expediter, Executioner unable to cover for him, and Executioner was taken down in a refrag by Miracle. Possibly going to nick his friend's stuff. There you go, stealing a nade. Might actually try and get an Expediter here. At the base of the roof. Goes a little bit too far. It's near the APC instead. Unable to confirm anything. I think this is pretty risky. Though there are lots of enemies in the north, they only have one guy next to the objective, or one more tank. Lost 2 players already, not good for Danglers. Going to be relying on Riberman and this member of Danglers just on the trucks here. Rather, he's on the objective now, it's Nintendo. Meanwhile, looks like Expediter is just trying to pace about the base of the roof here. Not sure what kind of pre-fire suppression fire is coming out from Bear Grylls here. Kind of weird. It's not really doing anything. He'll probably be pushing up with the rest of his team now. Maybe going around the centre with his body here, or pushing south and suppressing from wing instead. That would be a lot more valuable. Meanwhile, Expediter might catch two. Looks like he did see one in the north, or maybe not. He's not calling it. If he peeks us again, 4Q and Rush Z are going to have just vaporized him. There will not be a single bit of meat left. Right, so maybe calling it out, or maybe just giving some info for the rest of his team. But still, Stonko Killer's still sitting really far back, considering the 1-up advantage they still have. I should know that Danglers is quite an aggressive team. Yeah, look, completely unsure as to what Bear Grylls is doing here over in that west side by the fuselage. He's kind of just sitting back, making some beats every half second. Looks like he finally is rotating off, going towards the north. I'm going to push the base of Roof from the looks of this. But still pretty much all action focused on that north side. 4Q starting to push up. Expediter's probably going to hear him if he gets too close. Aid in his hand. Oh yes, it was. Fantastic airburst. They somehow must have knew he was there. Takes down an Expediter. 4Q flexing his muscles there. Got to be proud of that. Only 2-up. Expediter's going to be calling in that he's down. Stonko Killers. They should really start making a move now. From the looks of their defense, coming in from the north side here, along with the smokes from the burning building, probably the best idea, but Expediter is still able to give info. Might have to try and feign a push, then double back. Two minutes left on the clock. Stonko Killers dragging their feet, one taken down. Miracle just at the dust. Rather, that was Rush Z that at the dust. 4Q might be the same fate if he peeks that corner. Doesn't look like he's going to risk that. At least not while Nintendo's pushing. It looks like Viberman was taken down by Enigma, who is pushing in from the tank. Nintendo's in a dangerous position now. 1v3, one res possible, but it's never going to happen. Stonko Killers with 75 seconds, 8 seconds left. They've got to start moving up completely now, every single member. They'll have two members kind of dragging their feet there. Meanwhile, Enigma's sitting all the way up at the tank. But he's going to be peeking under the tank here. That's a pretty smart move. I'm unsure if Nintendo's going to expect it. A team kill from 4Q. Actually, no, it's just a finish off. 4Q, I thought that was a team kill for a second, but he did finish off Expediter. And the Enigma did, of course, take down whoever that was. Nintendo, there you go. That's going to be the first round to Stonko Killers. Stonko Killer's taken that with 3 members still up and running safely, but playing that passively with the advantage that they did is kind of worrying me for how this could go in the future rounds. Danglers, if Stonko Killers doesn't correct that, Danglers, I imagine, is going to pull forward pretty strongly. There's an update of the scoreboard for you, showing you the new scores and sides. So far, Danglers really dragging their feet with those kills, only getting 2 that round, of course. And that was just on people pushing towards the north side. and pushing from the north side. They doing much else. They kind of just sat in their angles, didn't really want to peek out much, kind of stayed rather inflexible with their positions. Oh, and unfortunately the instant replay machine is broken, so we can't do any instant replays for you. Danglers and Stone Cold Killers really taking advantage of their 2-minute timer here, trying to get as much planning as they can, hopefully trying to also correct the mistakes they both made that round. Yes, Polis Bill is also named by the name Los Polos Hermanos. Also Pilis. You don't want to mix them up with Polis. Actual Polis. You don't want to do that. Don't mess up Polis with Los Polos Hermanos. That's not good. Don't do that. Here we are now, hopping into this next round. Second round, they're really taking advantage of the timer. Kind of worrying, but of course Dangler's going to be on the offense this time. Same objective as previously.
Look, Bear, watch for this strip right here. You hear me? If you can spray this strip, spray it. Alright?
I'm really seeing Bear Grylls spray towards that north side.
Watch for the push.
I think it's a south spawn, it's not really going to catch anybody though.
Let's go, watch for the push.
Could actually catch two though, but they're going to be warded off while they're firing. You can see they stop pretty much dead in their tracks, getting pretty nervous about it. But really interesting defense here, they're playing so far back. I think I've seen a defense like this for this objective before. Only one member on the objective and another at the trucks. But lots of shots coming out, they do have a pretty nice line of sight over towards Burning Building. But they are going to be forfeiting the roof of this kind of positioning. Danglers becomes aware that they are playing so far back, one already far in the east, one kind of just probing around that north side, the other cement trucks and Humvee. I have a feeling they're going to attack really hard, get some smokes on once these guys have reached the roof and can lock down that north street kind of area. But some shots are coming out on the north side from Miracle Dev, or maybe not, that's actually Bear Grylls and whoever's at cement trucks. Looks like it's just spray through the smoke with no actual objective. Even a little bit of suppression if Miracle Dev wants to move around that north side. But we are starting to see the attack of Danglers there. Three members moving in a kind of death ball, shooting him through the wall. It must have just hit his ass as he poked through. Pretty unfortunate, but there is now nobody on objective. Only one sitting at the Humvee. He's going to rotate over. Danglers will be ready. They have people on the roof watching over, making sure nobody can rotate, and they do down Bear Grylls. He tries to run. One peeks around the east side, trades with Rybo, but he's resable. Exploiter's not going to go for that res apparently, but Stumpy is. Exploiter's checking that code, making sure he's aware of it, but 4Q is going to be ready for it. Well, he picks his corner really hard, fails to kill Exploiter, gets taken out by Stumpy and Exploiter in crossfire. And Bear Grylls, they're going to be capping him. Miracle Dev is way too far away. He's totally unaware. What is he doing? Not sure what Miracle Dev was doing. He did not rotate over at the tool. rather defeated posture right there. Going to be a cap for Danglers. That is a pretty serious boon for being only the second round in quarantine. In case I forget, here we are going to update this scoreboard yet again. The scoop on who's killing who. Mirkodev picking up quite a few kills there, but he didn't actually pick up many for this round. Most of those are from the previous round. I believe he might have picked up one, but giving up that cap, unforgivable. I imagine the spirits of Danglers are going to be well and truly raised after that cap, but and Stone Cold Killers try and take back the rhythm there. Getting a cap on the second round is seriously demoralising. You can't let that just drag you down, but hopefully Stone Cold Killers can bring that back. But here we are going to be starting off now, entering the third round. As you're just joining us, the bands were Tanker and Suburbia. Tanker coming out, of course, from Stone Cold Killers, while Danglers battling Suburbia.
They're gonna try to rush roof from the west. Watch for it. So either Bear or Enigma cover that. Because I'm going down the...
But they're going to be ready for a roof push from Danglers, and they are going to be sending at least one up to that northwest building, another pushing the base of roof building. Expedite in a pretty nasty position there. Never even thought about using that. You've got the nice backdrop there, stopping you from being silhouetted against the sky, but I'm not sure he's going to be of much use. Jumping up, guarding the base of this roof. But here goes Stumpy pushing up, shots coming out on the northwest, one down on the north. Executioner putting in some work, but Stumpy's going to be heard stomping about here. He might take down two if he's quiet enough. Rushes it, he's taken him by Stumpy, he's going to rush his corner. Miracle Dev though gets in the refrag. Bear Grylls is possible to get revived here, but if Executioner's watching, it's going to be pretty dangerous. But as we've seen with, it feels like a couple teams just this week, they're sitting in this northeast and just not moving. They're so dead set on taking the north that they've forgotten to actually move and not get trapped in the north. Which I'm surprised to see that Danglers isn't repositioning to keep them trapped. The shots are coming out over towards the west side. Unsure as to who went down. Doesn't look like anybody, but they were in roughly the right direction. It's falling back. Probably not a great idea. Merkeldev pops up here, is going to be in a bad way. Hope coming out over towards that north street. Maybe just to distract Danglers, or maybe they're going to be starting a push here, but with Executioner being in the position that he is, I can't imagine much is going to be coming out from it. Especially with Expedite's position just at this fuselage here. Any northern street push is going to be shut down unless they get killed.
So that means he's dead.
Like Bear Grylls was revived by 4Q as well. And they're finally going to be starting to fan out on this northern side. Like Enigma actually maybe looking for Executioner. He does have a very small angle, but it's covered with a little bit of foliage. But we might be seeing a Bear Grylls confrontation here. Executioner's checking pretty much all the angles. He is kind of trapped in this position. Not really much space to move about. More shots coming out from north. No targets. Executioner Maybe it's just trying to draw him out because they did not see him fall back, so it is possible. Or rather, there goes team killed by 4Q, I believe. Looks like that was a team kill, but Executioner giving away his position, unable to actually take anyone else down. Pretty unfortunate team kill from 4Q there, though. But looks like he did manage to take one down. Not sure who. Looks like that was one on the ridge on the roof. That is a pretty long shot, especially from that kind of vertical angle. But Miracle Dev well and truly hit the dust. And while Expediter still holding this angle very diligently, I wonder if his hands even move. At least slightly. Seems he got tired there, had to put his arms down. But straight back up again. Another nade coming on that northern side. Looks like Mexushra and 4Q are just kind of tunnel visioning on each other. Not really wanting to fall back, think about rotating. Because really, Danglers could forfeit this west side, bring Mexushra back. No real penalty. Bring him back to there, watch that angle. Hey, you'll be fine. So they are going to be continuing to hold this and just hope no one else pushes through this middle here. But then again, there is only a minute 30 left. Anything Stonko Killers does, it's going to have to be done very quickly and kind of panicked. Enigma's still playing really slowly. Seems to be a feature of Stone Cold Killers. Maybe they're a little bit nervous. Might peek on it and Nintendo here. Some shots coming out. Nintendo just ducking under them though. Expediter's going to be ready on the other side of the street. Takes down Enigma and a flash detonates the second he dies. Almost like a firework. Walku does not realise he's the last member. Now he does.
Sorry, East Twin Towers.
He doesn't apparently, but he's going to pop up likely, take down Executioner. There he goes, Executioner.
Okay, we got one down.
I think 4Q still doesn't realise he's the last member left, despite the map saying everyone is dead. Orku has absolutely no time to anything now. Even if he runs straight for the objective, he's just going to be mowed down. If he even makes it there without running out of time. He's a little bit angry about not checking the time there. We're only 5 seconds left. Still 20 meters from the objective. He's not in a good way. And Exploiter is going to take him down from that nice long angle. Danglers are going to be bringing that back. Updated scoreboard there showing Miracle Dev still leading the Stone Cold Killers on kills there, but with these round losses it doesn't really matter. It almost seems like that when Miracle Dev goes down, Stone Cold Killers kind of completely loses its cohesion and just slows to an impossible crawl. And it looks like all members of both the teams are going to be ready now, hopefully hopping into the next round imminently. Could be the last round, we'll have to see. I have a feeling it is going to be the last round. Stunker Killers really needs to start cleaning up their distinct lack of time management. They're just letting those seconds tick by, even checking their tablets and just blanking out the time. Completely unaware of how quickly it's passing for them. But here we are, starting into this round now. It's going to be a burning building objective this time. Could be very dangerous for Stone Cold Killers. It could be a 5-1. I have a feeling they will be trying for a cap.
Alright, they can't get to the northwest. You want me to go over them? Easy code. Yep.
It was an easy code. I almost wish I could see it.
Okay, I'll go over them. If
I can hear it from him. Someone's mumbling under their breath, but that's about it. And again, why, for such a dangerous objective, they are really just ignoring it, only having 2 members on, and the other 3 sitting rather far back. They could cap it before they actually move up there. There are already going to be smokes coming out. They're going to be going at this hard. They need to take down Rushy and 4Q for that to actually happen. See, 2 smokes over towards the centre of the map, and also 2 to the north and west side. Lots of nades coming out. 4Q actually tagged by one of them. Rushy's going to try and go for it, but Stumpy's pushing in. Exploit is going to go straight in real hard, spamming and he gets taken up, but 4Q is refragged. Stumpy's going for that cap along with Nintendo. Rushy going to peek 2 of them, get a double kill. And in fact, it's Enigma that gets the double kill. Rushy actually unaware. Rubberman also tries to go for it. It's not going to work out though. Enigma has to get this, and he does. This cap attempt has been disastrous for Danglers. Now all up to Executioner, 1v2. Just a mass of dead bodies, as you can see through the cockpit here. Macrodev's going to peek around this and take down Executioner. Or not, he manages to actually take him down, even though his gun was still on his chest. 1v1 now. Lots of action for only being 1 minute 30 into this. I think we're in a really dangerous position here. You do not want to be up there if you're the last man standing. Enigma should actually hear Executioner, and he gets the pistol onto Executioner. That is the highest form of insultation. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but it should be. Pistoling him to death as he's on top of the objective. That's got to be embarrassing. But Enigma there, really the linchpin of the team, as Rushy couldn't get those kills onto 2 Kappas, Stumping Up, and also Rubberman, and one other Expediter, all just completely rushed onto the objective. Might not have been Expediter actually, it could have been Nintendo, which I believe it was. Stumpy, Nintendo, and Rubberman all going for that objective at the exact same time. Expediter just throwing his life away to try and make that happen. But unfortunately, Enigma just came around that western side, southern side rather, and just vaporized every single one of them. Rushy almost missed every single shot if he fired any at all. I did not hear any of them, just Enigma shots coming towards the 2 Kappas. I'm getting more worried by the rounds here. Danglers here again taking their time with the full planning potential. They're probably pretty annoyed they did not get that round there. With such an easy code apparently, and also the kind of disastrous push, they've got to be kind of feeling the sadness. Well, let's see what Danglers is thinking about defense here. Probably just trying to try and clean up the round. It's a dangerous objective. On that note, Arsenic, I hope G-Men does in fact lose. Yeah, Phoenix must win for us to advance, as long with Mob Squad. But it looks like shots are going to be coming out to the northeast by Stumpy. Actually managed to tag one. He is resable though. If he peeks this, he needs to confirm the kill and also maybe get the shots onto the other two. He does confirm the kill. Like he's going to rotate over towards the white truck. If he peeks this corner on the side of the white truck, he's going to take down two. He does take down one, but Doug's back instantly, seeing rather the one over that the blue garbage can.
Yes, another dead.
Whatever it's called. That was some really nice reactions there. He got those shots off and he ducked back instantly.
Okay, they're going to the south side of the roof, I'm pretty sure. Don't let them cross that north street.
And it looks like again we are seeing the exact same problems as previously. Two members down and they are just being locked into this northeast side. More shots coming from Stumpy. Missing their target of Bear Grylls though.
One in hotel. Room hotel.
I'm honestly somewhat surprised that Stumpy's not playing this more aggressively. Not sure what these two guys are doing down here, just tangling. Something up, almost getting seen going to the roof there by Bear Grylls. Still currently rather unaware, but Nintendo, if he goes down to the base of the roof, is going to be waiting for Bear Grylls. Mystery Nade comes out near to 4Q. Well, as Northern smokes, this is rather questionable, but Stumpy's going to peek it and almost get taken by Bear Grylls because of it, but they do trade. Smoke's actually being somewhat of a negative, positive, I'm not sure. It was a trade, but 4v2, that is not a trade you really want.
Watch roof.
There's 4Q and Merkeldev here, just trying to get across the street, the entire northern push being just demolished. Really sending everyone the one way is not working out, they need to change that up immediately. There's going to be a 4-2 to Danglers most likely, and if they pull off some miracle it will be impressive to say the least.
You seen that?
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be tough.
Yes, sir.
3 minutes left, they do have a relatively decent amount of time to manoeuvre here. Nobody on Danglers is watching this southern cross. Member in burning building, it looks like that is an executioner, maybe a threat. It's actually Ryberman. That LMG, he could spray both of them down without running out of ammo. They're actually going to be moving up tank instead. Though they do have the time to go around south, they decided it's not worth the risk, and that is probably the correct decision.
Stay low.
If 4Q peeks around this wall here, he might see Nintendo or vice versa. They're going to know at least where Stone Cold Killers is going to be coming from. They narrowly miss each other by about 30 centimeters of space. If that is a Stone Cold Killers nade, Miracle Dev coming over towards Burning, giving away their position. That member of Danglers on the roof is not going to be a good thing for Stone Cold Killers.
And I know objective deal there.
Walker's going to be bringing out a nade here, and seeing the nades he's done before, this could be rather devastating for Danglers if they lose this objective guy. But he might might have whiffed it. No, it's just a little bit too high, maybe. I'm actually unsure. That might have killed someone if they were hiding behind the wall. And not get Rubber Man. 60 seconds left and still trapped in the tank though. Chances are rapidly getting smaller for Stone Cold Killers. He's seen from the roof by members of Danglers. Miracle of going down visible. 4Q's in a bad position here. He's going to rush out to the open for a second there. Try and get the res onto Miracle. And they do get it, but he's instantly finished off again. 4Q still calling out that kill despite the fact he's the last one alive. Somehow needing to check his tablet to realise that he's got to kill that guy on the roof if he wants to move at all. And he does get the kill onto Rider Man on the roof. Or rather, Executioner. Possibly Stumpy Nub. He's moving up to Burning Building with haste here. In this compound here, Nintendo did not see him in the slightest, but he's picked off by the far west by Expediter, who's still in that position. A relatively hard one to predict, especially for an objective like this. Normally you'd expect people to be here so they can watch the objective wall, but I guess this is the way the Danglers cookie crumbles, and they do take that first map. And meanwhile, it looks like this second map that's headed over to the war room. Looks like it is going to be... There you go. It looks like it is going to be cargo. It seems that this was a Dangler's pick. Must be feeling pretty confident on this map. Oh, I've clicked away from my dashboard. There we go, everything's fixed. So we're just waiting on one member of Danglers to rejoin, and then we should be hopping in hopefully imminently.
Sorry about that.
And you can hear Stumpy in the background, giving his nice hurrah. Let's take a look at the objective we're going to be seeing here initially. Going to be a southwest objective, pretty open one. I would like to see Danglers try and take this really aggressively straight off the bat. That is something that would be very nice to see. A bit of a false start there, but this is the objective. I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the countdown. I would very much like to see a aggressive play here from Danglers. Maybe an aggressive defense from Stone Cold Killers, but Stone Cold Killers runs out of time on this map. I'm calling it a one-sided match. Rigged. The MMR calculations are rigged, that's what I'm calling. So, it's just Executioner dragging his feet. Seems to be a theme for the unready members of Danglers. It's always Executioner. Every other member of the team rather speedy. Along with Stone Cold Killer's entirety of their team, both readied up except for Executioner. Have complaints about waiting times, please forward them to Executioner. And as I say that, he has readied up. Here we are going to be starting off now the first round of cargo. As I said before, the southwest objective. I'd like to see if Danglers are going to be playing this aggressively. See what they're thinking. 3 people remembering the code. This is unholy.
On the red tanker? Okay.
One team can only have so many cappers, and Danglers has clearly exceeded that. Smoke's already going to be thrown towards the objective. Lots of shots coming from Bear Girls already. I don't actually do anything. Stumpy playing so aggressive, already up to the triple stack wall. 4Q tagged. Enigma rolling somewhere. Rushes. He takes down Stumpy. He tries to rush in. Doesn't work out. Bear Girls also taken down. It's already a 4v3 situation. 2 members of Danglers right outside Rushes East container. Rushes is going to be completely destroyed by Nintendo. Enigma completely oblivious along with Miracle Dev. What is going on? Nintendo is capping. And if he gets this within the next second, he's going to get it. And they do get the cap. Miracle and Enigma unaware. That is not the way you want to start off a map. It being down to a 2v1 situation, or 2v2 situation rather, and them capping against you. That is definitely not a good way to start in any capacity. It was Nintendo that snuck up there getting 2 frags and also the cap onto Stone Cold Killers. If this does anything, that would be interesting. There we go, it's now in line with the real scoreboard. Almost like Nintendo is dragging his feet. They, considering that he did get the cap, I think I can give him a little bit of leniency for his tardiness. That is relatively embarrassing for Stone Cold Killers. 0 rotations until far too late. Miracle Dev and Enigma seemingly both completely oblivious to the fact that there is no friendlies on objective. Enigma stayed prone behind that container. Miracle Dev just sat back in the pipes until he had already gotten to objective with tablet in hand. Not a good way to start things off. And in case you're just joining us now, the bands were in fact Tanker from Stone Cold Killers, and from Danglers it was Suburbia. First map was Quarantine. It was 4-2 to Stone Cold Killers, and along with this current map, there was a cap on the first round, bringing it to a 2-0 already. Miracle Dev, I heard a heavy sigh as he came in. Probably pretty unhappy about this. Seems very silent, and they're going to be bringing smokes already. Honestly, I think they should go really, really hard straight into this. They need to disrupt the tempo of Danglers somehow. Lots of pre-fire coming down the death alley, but no real effects. A nade detonating mid-air almost snagged an Enigma there. That could have been dangerous. Another nade coming from Stumpy. Going too far yet again. It did almost get to Bear Grylls. Miracle Dev down by a nade. Probably from Stumpy. Maybe it was Expediter. Maybe Executioner. I don't know. In fact, I do have the technology to do something else. There you go, have a look at that. I completely forgot that I could do that, but hey. Been a while. Still, lots of kind of useless pre-fire coming down the death alley, not really covering for any movements, just wasting ammo and not distracting them in the slightest. If Miracle can peek all the way to the outside while prone, he might be able to stag just to the very back of Stumpy, which could be good, but it's going to be rough. Enigma peeking out here, not a good move. Pretty scary. Still going very slowly, but still quite aggressively. Shots coming out from Miracle onto Stumpy. Not able to really do anything, but Stumpy does get the shots onto Miracle Dev's head. Very compressor since he's dead. Another one goes down by Stumpy through that little metal container. 4Q is out of the dust along with another member. Rushes Z on that eastern side, or western side rather. It's going to be just a 2v5 situation. Danglers completely cleaned up, changed that a 1v5 situation. It's all up to Bear Grylls with his SA-80 and his flanks. And his suppression rather. And a team kill comes out from Danglers. Exploiter murdering Ryberman.
What's left? Can someone go watch right?
Stumpy's got some night vision that's pretty interesting. Still have no idea what Bear Grylls is doing. He's retreated all the way to North Overwatch. And just spraying. I'm seriously baffled as to what Bear Grylls' plan is here. Smoking out a lane for no real reason, spraying down as he moves up, being the last man alive. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing some part of a master plan here, but this seems like a real bad move to me. Not even pre-firing anything. He goes around that western side instead of pushing through the east here. It might have been actually worth something. Even then, a distinct lack of fire from it is going to be pretty indicative of some kind of push from an opposite side. Fumbling with his magazine there a little bit. Maybe his height setting is off. Probably get that checked out. It's not a good thing. Bear Grylls drops it at his own feet, tries to pick it up and throw it, hits the wall, and grenades himself. Now that is something definitely for the book of clips. That is very much something I would like to see. I have a feeling Danglers is somewhat baffled as to actually how they won that round. And looks like it was Expediter who picked up that team kill onto the poor Ryberman as he tried to push up. Expediter just executed him with extreme haste. Trying to make puns on Expediter's name, it's kind of a rocky journey here. Waiting on Nintendo to ready up to get some planning done. It looks like Stumpy's swapping out his loadout. Maybe they're going to be trying for a 5-0 here. That is something I would like to see. Let's take a look at what the objective is. It's going to be a really far north one. That's going to be a hard one to cap. Well and truly behind the Bucks container, or North Red, along with pretty much every other defensive spot on the northern side of the map. Getting that as a cap, not going to be easy, but I have a feeling Danglers might pull it off. Yeah, the Volk are in a permanent state of depression. If you look into their eyes, along with the Marsok, they're just hollow. Nothing in there at all. Despite the fact that they are all readied up, they are relatively slow. It looks like because they are all readied up, it is rather the custom to... That means that you are ready and rearing to go. There is nothing left to plan, and if you stay on readied up while you're done with it, and if you stay on readied up while you're not done with your planning, bad person. I'm sorry. But here we are onto the third round of the second map. Now what Danglers is cooking. We bring the shield and the laser sight shotgun. That is turret mode, that is not something you want to touch.
Go, Rappo.
It is absolutely horrifying to play against. Like it's just going to be Nintendo going with a pistol straight into the fray. Lots of smoke's already coming out. Danglers playing surprisingly far back considering it's the very start. Doing what they did previously, but it doesn't matter. Nate comes out. That must have been 4Q. Straight on from Executioner. Another one comes out, finishing him off. But he does get the res somehow. What went on there? A res come out just at the exact same frame. Another frag comes out from 4Q. It appears there is a ghost of Christmas past there. Completely hollow, but Nintendo is back up. Oh, the res failed. He is ready to go. All shots coming over towards Stumpy with the shield. Never to actually do anything like that. But a perfect nade coming out to Stumpy. Downs him. If they finish this off, peek it. They do get it. Rubberman's efforts are going to be wasted. These nades are perfect. They are completely and utterly on point. There is nothing wrong about them. One day I wish to be as proficient with nades as 4Q is. Along with Rush Z, who I believe is the secondary nader. Rubberman and Nintendo are going to be sneaking up that tunnel exit. 4Q's not watching it this time. I wonder if you can actually see it through there. No, you cannot. That is disappointing. It doesn't matter. Shots coming out. Exploit is running up, taking down one, but getting refragged by 4Q on the objective. Now just up to 2 members of Danglers now approaching through the tunnel. The run man's picked up the shield, but it doesn't matter. His arse was hanging out over towards the side. One taking down 4Q. Refragged though. Appears the lobby has bugged out. Judging by the fact that all members of Danglers are dead, I'd call this a Stone Cold Killer's victory, and I would give the point to them, but I imagine this will be a League Moderator League Moderator drawing. So we'll have to see. But we're going to be heading into the scoreboard here, because I'm kind of scared as to what's going on. So I'm going to hop in just to the Discord comms just for a minute and tell them what's going on. We're all going to be suicides coming out from Stone Cold Killers. And if the suicides somehow do get them the win, it's kind of interesting. It works out exactly as intended. Not sure what's going on. It appears the bugged out member left. So a good result in general. It's a good leave from Executioner. Trying to resolve the bug issue. Very well. Okay, the members are back in now. Just going to be waiting on the second round. It looks like chat has caught up with that self-team kill with the nade. Auto's saying something about a triple team kill from Penko. I'd very much like to see that. I don't believe I've seen that before. Hopefully no issues going to be caused with that. Maybe a rehost in order. Hopefully not. Rehost will disrupt the flow of the game a little bit. You there, Parsville and Auto, you'll have to link me that. It's triple team killer, I've not seen that. I'd very much like to. All members of Danglers readied up now. Probably going to be hopping into this fourth round. Fourth round because of the cap. Here we are hopping into gameplay now. It's going to be a northern objective, of course, with the mirrored objectives.
Yeah, give it to Stumpy, give it to Stumpy, give it to Stumpy.
He's pretty good with flash.
Giving Stumpy a flash. Apparently he's pretty good with them, which is unsurprising considering the fact that he's pretty damn good with his nades.
Bear, you should be on the right side. Alright, start spraying.
Stumpy now, if he peeks his core, he's going to be in a bad way. Nicholas going to be waiting for him, but again, lots of, I assume, Bear Grylls pre-fly coming out that death alley. He's not going to do anything though. And he's just running about there. I don't know what he's doing. That's really dangerous. The members of Danglers picked off by Russia Z. Another one comes out. Bear Grylls taken down because he's playing way too aggressively in that death alley. He's really toying with death.
One inside the walls to the left, around the corner.
Looks like Enigma might have seen Stumpy there, but he's unable to actually secure the kill.
Middle room, left side by the big door.
Remember down, I imagine Danglers might be playing a little bit more passively. Pretty nice defense so far, and Stumpy's got his nade out. He's going to be ready for this. That flash. A nade, and it almost gets more, but a perfect one right on Enigma. Somehow uninjured. Interesting laws of physics here in the Onward universe, but that's how things go. Smokes are being popped. If a nade comes here, that'll be catastrophic for Stone Cold, but I believe that Danglers is going to be out of nades at this point in the game. And Stumpy does manage to try and get some shots over towards Russia Z, but Russia Z takes down Stumpy. Not falling back after those shots, probably a large mistake, but I believe Expediter possibly tangoing with Russia Z here in Death Alley. quite a dangerous thing to do. One wants to peek this death alley. They're playing pretty slowly, despite the fact that they are one man up. They're not going to be playing in these sheds anymore. Enigma, Miracle, whoever the other guy is, 4Q. And rushes it. You can all move up, it's okay. You don't need to sit back so far. We want excitement. They've come out, takes down one of the South Overwatch. If Russia Z peeks this will not end well. Like it was Expediter shooting through these pipes. That is a really dirty angle. No way you can get shot through there at all on the opposing side. Now it is evened up 3-3. But Rogers is going to be sneaking up around this corner here. Rybo is going to be ready for him. It's so close, but it doesn't matter. Rybo completely whiffs it. And Rogers, he does take him down.
Moved into depth zone.
The objective is relatively open now. Nintendo is going to be a threat though. Rogers taken down, finished off. 2v2 situation. Enigma proning his way all the way here. This guy must have knees and elbows of steel to be crawling on the floor this long. Look at that head. Needs to see some kind of physical therapist, that is for sure. There were 1 minute 30 left. They kind of need to start picking up the pace here and attacking from the same angle. Maybe not the best of ideas. Lots of shots coming out, one taken down. Stone Cold Killers, it's all up to 4Q now. Enigma probably nailed to the floor by those bullets. Forky playing so passively. 4 minutes left. Instead of getting that refrag, he's still sitting back. Sitting by the double white here. Double white passageway, I'd call that. Not really sure. Don't have a call out for it. If Nintendo peeks this, 4Q is going to take him down. I know he whiffs the shots. Nintendo does get some strong 4Q and he's damaged. 4Q probably doesn't realise the Exploiter is still in that east shed. Comes around this corner, he's going to be killed, and there he goes. Danglers are going to take the second map. Pretty swish. 4-1. Exploiter is pretty happy about that. They actually managed to take that round. Looks like Exploiter picked up 3 kills there. A pretty commanding play from him. I can't show you on the scoreboard because of the way we capture it. Unsure as to what the home map currently is. We'll have to see. I believe it might be Danglers. Danglers? I believe it might be Bazaar. I'm going to call it as Bazaar and mark this down as Bazaar for the third and final map of which Danglers has already won this match. They've been playing incredibly, just demandingly, completely taken every single fight, maybe except 1 or 2 rounds where they just wiped them clean. There were some definitely messy rounds. I believe I'm going to be back in a few seconds, well, probably about 30 seconds, so I'll see you in then. So we're just waiting on one member of Stone Cold Killers. Looks like it is Bear Grylls, who has probably dropped out. Maybe having some technical issues. Hopefully not. Once this member of Stone Cold Killers is back into the match, we will be heading in, but in the meantime, we're going to be waiting possibly a little bit, so I will greet you to this.
Sunlight is not enough. We could burn like a flame through the atmosphere. Yeah. Starlight, it's calling us. Leave the ghosts of our past in the stratosphere. Oh yeah, yeah, it's calling us.
Alright, looks like for Bazaar they're going to be subbing out Bear Grylls for Beyond Infinity. A roster change on the third map, probably a little bit too late to actually change anything. I guess Bear Grylls having some issues and they want to try and grab as many points as they can on this final map, of which they chose. As you can see, the total score currently is 3-8 to Danglers taking that 8-point lead. I imagine we're not going to be seeing much change here. I think it'll be taken maybe 12-4, maybe 12-3. Looks like Miracle Dev has dropped now as well. Hopefully just rejoining and not having any issues. And technical issues on the last map are not what you want. Nobody wants to drag out what is already over.
Well, that fucking sucked.
Clearly unhappy about something there, but we are going to be hopping into the gameplay now. It's going to be a just a southern objective by the ice cream truck. Southern, that's a strange way to say southern. Here we are, first round of the first map. Starting off now, Stone Cold Killers on the offense, Danglers defending it. Don't know what they were doing there. It sounded strange. Don't know if I like it. Looks like Exploiter might be able to catch one. Looks like shots are already coming out. Exploiter tags one in the centre of the market. If he peeks his side corner here, he's going to take down Rushes and possibly two others pushing over the street.
One down and they're doing all right.
But it looks like he's not picking that pretty smart choice considering what Rushes he was looking straight at him. Actually in Discord, which a notification has come up on my phone despite the fact that I'm do not disturb. But hey, 4Q and Beyond Infinity right next to Nintendo here. Beyond Infinity is a good player, but it doesn't matter, he gets taken down by Nintendo. Ready on the quick draw with the gun. 4Q might catch him through the window here if he gets to lighter feet, jumping around. Wasn't 4Q not really holding the angle. He doesn't expect him to be inside. Expediter and Rushy literally a meter from each other. He's been to sneak up here, but Expediter's ready for it. He's going to run out, turn his back. That's pretty dangerous. He's going to pick this corner and somehow fails to see Rushy pushing up in any capacity, even when he was directly on top of him. Not really sure what went wrong with Expediter there, but he is taken down. But shots come out from Enigma over towards the objective building. Unable to hit Stumpy Nub though. Max peeks this corner is going to be in a bad way, but he does barely get missed. But there goes Enigma, Stumpy Nub, cracking him from the objective building. All up to 4Q and Rushes E now. Rushes E just spraying down the objective like it's on fire and he has a water hose. Looks like Rushy and Ryberman are both aware of each other's presence. Rushy might be able to tag Stumpy Nub if he peeks around that corner yet again. Oh, peeking out into the open there, that's mighty dangerous. Stumpy Nub, but it doesn't matter, he was throwing a nade and it's completely dead on. Rushy downed and destroyed. All up to 4Q, the solo member. Sitting rather far back still, despite the fact that the rest of his team is dead, and he is rather clear to move up to the south wall. Instead going to follow in the path of his dead friends. Or not, he's actually just going to be prancing about this southern east side. Got to hear Ryberman, and Ryberman has got to hear him. Or not, but Ryberman does get taken on by 4Q. 4Q definitely heard him, that's for sure. Along with every other enemy on the map now that he is fired. They didn't expect Nintendo to be there, and 4Q yet again tangles with Nintendo, and it doesn't end well. Taken down, and Danglers are taking that first round. As expected, Danglers are holding their rather commanding tempo of the match. Stone Cold Killers really needs to change it up if they want any chance of being able to bring back points on Bazaar. If they continue to play like they are currently, there's no hope for bringing up that sweet, sweet MMR. Like Danglers trying to plan out their full attack here, only just now readying up. And hopefully that means that we're going to be hopping in imminently, which we are now. And be this time a northern objective. No mirroring, it seems. That's pretty unfortunate for Danglers not getting that quite easy to attack objective. The Stone Cold Killers are rather quiet. Mekredev being the only member talking about how they're gonna try and flank. But here goes Exploit and the rest of his dangling buddies, pushing up this west side. Pretty much everybody, not a single member, not going around here. The shots already coming out, stomping up, spotted, gets shot, almost taken down actually. Failed smoke hits the floor, looks like a nade maybe. Incredibly long nade that might have taken somebody down, but in this case it doesn't. More shots coming out across the market. Mekredev in a dangerous position here for Stumpy. This is a nice commanding push from Danglers so far, being really aggressive, pushing up into this west and centre market so quickly. Remember in the east side here, if he just peeks this, I believe it is Russia Z, he could actually do some damage, but Mekredev managed to take down one as you have to push in. Expediter has expedited his death. It's like my fifth pun about his name, but I can't stop myself. Redman's trying to spray through there, but no dice. Dumpy calls out he's down, but that is very much not the case. Mekredev might have a key to freedom here. He peeks out instead, and Roberman turns him into paste. Meanwhile, Maxushnik is going to try and push in from the north side here. If he does, Stranjak come in nice and silent, just out of nowhere seemingly, and slip past their defences. Looks like that was a nade a little bit too far. Isn't able to get inside the courtyard where he really needed it. More nades come over towards the centre, trying to nab someone by the fountain most likely. Shots coming out, Stumpy killed. Well, not Stumpy, it's Maxushnik and also Riverman. All up to Nintendo and Stumpy now, the last members remaining. Nintendo is approaching the objective. I think he did see 4Q just through that window there, and Stumpy's beginning to sneak up east side. Nintendo rapidly approaching the objective, nobody covering it. 4Q, team kill by Beyond Infinity. Nintendo tablet in hand, everybody completely unaware. This is going to be a 3-0 to Danglers. There you go. Beyond Infinity catches it too late, and I believe Enigma was down somehow. Not sure who got him, it must have been Stumpy Nub. Again, with that cap, there is no chance for Stone Cold Killers to come back now. The moral factor, the spirit of the team, I imagine, on Stone Cold Killers' side is rapidly dropping. I don't believe it can drop any further. The caps from Danglers have been completely on point. Stone Cold Killers is dead set in playing this particular way. They are not adapting to how Danglers is approaching these rounds here. A fatal mistake for them, I feel. Looks like some tactic discussions going on Danglers' side. Something I'm probably swapping out his loadout for something else, maybe some more nades. I want to see more stumpy nades, that is for sure. There has been a distinct lack of stumpy nades in my life lately. Here we go into this third round third round actually, because the cap 1 round was skipped. Here we go, this time it's going to be a west objective, still not repeating objectives, or maybe caps do kind of change the objective position. That would make sense.
Smoke. Let's go in from the whatever, the south fucking west.
Very vague planning coming out from Stone Cold Killers. I imagine this won't end well. That they're going to be coming from the southwest, but not a great spawn for it, to be honest. And Danglers playing really aggressively here, stumping up as usual, pushing up to this 2-story here, maneuvering his way through the courtyard. He can get an angle on the people here by flanking around the east. Be detrimental. I think Stone Cold Killers should just rush all in now, as they have nothing to lose. He's trying to look for any picks he can get there, but from this kind of angle he's not going to see anything. Danglers are playing pretty forward positions, but most of the members, with the exception of the obvious stumpy nub in the north 2-story here, they're playing pretty conservative angles, nothing tight. Not really peeking anything that they don't really want to. It might be too dangerous or just not a part of their plan. I'm stuck in Enigma's body. Here comes Rush, he's starting to move up. Nintendo must have seen him, but there was smoke there. It's very possible he did not. The shot's coming out, Nintendo tagged, not actually killed though. Somehow oblivious to the fact that he was standing just in this kind of archway here, looking through the windows. Definitely going to know now, and Stumpy Nub's coming out with this flank now. Going to take down one in this 2-story in the straight, beyond infinity, completely vaporized. Rush Z also downed. Stumpy Nub has yet to confirm the kill, but he is taken out by Miracle Dev from across the street in the 2-story. They can get the res onto Miracle Dev, that would Rush Z rather, that would be a big boon. And looks like Rubberman will be going for Nintendo.
I'm here. They know.
Thanks.
But 4Q starting to move up the west side now. We'll have a pretty nice angle over towards the west courtyard. If only he'd peeked a little bit more sooner, he might be down to catch Rubberman going for the res onto Nintendo. Or he's just trying to look for someone that west side, and it does look like that Russia Z was revived just in that pallets building there. Good pickup for Stone Cold Killers, but I'm not sure if it will help them too much. 3 minutes and they are still going quite slowly, especially with Enigma sitting that far back. He should probably be moving up, trying to help push into the west courtyard. Maybe they're still anxious of flankers, and so that's why they're keeping Enigma back there, but I don't think it'll help much. At this stage in the game, there's not really any flanking going on. Shots coming out, 4Q completely turned to dust by a member of Danglers. See, I believe that is Expediter, expediting 4Q's turn to the floor. His nice mag tablet laid out there, nice and neat. Miracle Dev is actually fine. I thought that nade got him for a second, but apparently not. It might be able to take down Merkeldev, Rivalman's going to peek this corner probably. Maybe the other way around. If Merkeldev peeks this and he sees the gun,
Yes.
a very large LMG,
Might be on the stairs. Right
or he peeks that corner, he could take him down. Here goes Merkeldev. He's in a good position, but he doesn't peek the corner fast enough. He goes far too slowly, not pointing his gun properly, and gets vaporized.
There's still another one here. There's still one here. There's still one here. Tell him.
I believe that might have been cap number 3 for Nintendo. During the previous round, I got a sneaking suspicion it might have been 2 as well, but I'm not entirely certain. I'll leave that up to you guys. But Rush C tags 1. That must have been Executioner. Executioner dead. Ryban's going to be hunting for Rush C though. It's a 2v3 situation apparently. Enigma, I actually forgot he was still alive, sitting back. Probably going to take down Ryban if he takes down Russia in a nice refrag. There's a trade. Nintendo watching over the deaths of 2 enemies. Rather, 1 enemy, 1 friend. That much worse for him. All up to Enigma now. Very low chances, 30 seconds left, oblivious of the time. Against Nintendo Expediter. Yeah, there's no real chance with such little time remaining. There's going to be a 4-0 to Danglers, bringing up to a 12-3. Unless Enigma can pull off some seriously impressive stunts. Enigma does put some shots over towards objective. Unable to hit anything though. Time is running out now. He's taken down by Nintendo the second time it hits 0. So they are going to be taking this match 12-3. A very, very strong play from the Danglers. Uncle Killer's having some really fatal mistakes that they just did not correct at all. Really a huge mistake. I think this will not shake up the leaderboards very much. If we take a look at the worldwide board here, Uncle Killers are placed number 11th, though this may... Actually, it will not knock them out unless they get very unlucky. It will not knock them out of the top 14, which puts them in the round robin. That's good for them, but they have no chance of getting up to the top 8 or top 7 position. So with that said, this will be it from me today. I don't think I'll be doing Animal House vs G-Men as it is getting late and I'm rather tired at this point. So hopefully it's a good match if you guys are watching any player streams of it. And we'll be heading off now. Say now, but for some reason the intro has not been actually set up correctly. Oh, I've got to play it. I have to. It's a right at this point. Hold on, stay tuned. I'll give you the exit. Here you go. Goodbye.